Hey, reality readers, it's Monday morning, and we're about to embark on these letters that were written to a church plant in Corinth. They're written by the Apostle Paul, and so we're going to be reading through the first and second letters called First and Second Corinthians. And these are letters that Paul wrote to the church. Let me just give you a little background of what was happening. Paul planted this church in the middle of this city, and things were going all right. Things were going good. And then he gets this report that things aren't going so well. And so he gets this report from a girl named Chloe. And then he sends this letter, and the town of Corinth, or the city of Corinth, was a kind of a pressure cooker of sin, if you will. There are all kinds of things happening all over the place around the church. And some of these things had entered into the church. And Paul is addressing not the world, but the actual church. And he addresses things like, how do we deal with conflict? What does it look like for us to flee from immorality? There's one place where he says, hey, not even the pagans, not even the people who are outside of the church are doing what you're doing. Stop doing that. And he gives order to service. He talks about being single, and he talks about being married. He talks about all of these things. And he's trying to help them to understand what to do. What I love about this letter is Paul is dealing with a church that is in conflict, a church that has pressure from the outside world. But he doesn't shy away from it. He goes directly at it and begins to speak truth into their lives and begins to readjust the church. And so as you read these books, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to read them with you. And as we learn together, I'm just praying that God would do something, that we would practice what Paul is really putting out there, that we'd flee from immorality, that we'd know how to address each other in situations, that we would know how to rightly order a worship service, all of those things, that we would be able to lift the name of Jesus really high. This is exciting, really, really exciting. If you haven't read these books before, I'm excited for you. If you've read them 100 times, I'm excited for you. And so we're going to do this together. And so this is day one. And you'll have a text below this video, and it'll tell you kind of what to do. And we're going to do this together for the next few weeks as we walk through the first and second letters of First and Second Corinthians. Let's do this together.